What's up, North County? I'm your host, Randy Doty, and today we are talking Atascadero Wine Fest with Gail and Josh. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
Yeah,
This
exciting.
It is exciting.
I know. It's our 26th year of doing it.
26 years, really?
Well, maybe 27 with COVID, but
Well,
yeah,
putting it on-
26 official.
Well, wasn't that year? Didn't you guys do it like
Virtual?
virtual? Wasn't it a virtual wine fest?
Sort of. We did like a mini one that year,
Okay.
but this is the 26th official wine
Awesome.
fest.
Where it's in the lake park.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That is super. So, I mean, as soon as it's done, you start preparing, like after 25, you start preparing for 26, right?
Absolutely.
Well, we do take a couple days off.
Yeah. We have to unload the trailer and then we start up again.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
It is pretty much a year-round planning event, and we have a really strong committee of folks who have been doing this. Some people, like Barbie Boots, has been doing it for 26 years. So we've got a lot of dedicated folks to making sure this wine festival is as great as possible.
Wow. So, Josh, you are the president of the chamber?
Yeah, that's right. Uh-huh.
So you're the president of the chamber. So looking back 26 years ago, do you know the history of how and why it started? Because I'd love to know, like, somebody's like, hey, let's have a wine fest.
That's exactly the way it started.
Really? Were you involved with it?
Not at the time. But from what I understand, it was a group of people sitting around drinking wine and said, we need to do something in Atascadero. We've got this beautiful lake. We've got this beautiful zoo. We've got this beautiful park. And, Paso's taking off. We need to do something. And they started the wine festival.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so the first year they had, just about a dozen wineries, which back in 1995 didn't seem like there was many more than that.
Right.
But it's just kind of ballooned since then. And then that first year, they were very proud that they made $3,000 that first year.
Wow.
And
was it a paid event where you had to pay to go, or was it free?
No, it was a paid
It was paid? Okay.
Yeah.
The proceeds went to the zoo, like it still does.
Yeah. And that is a big part of it, is that we are raising money for the Charles Paddock Zoo. So it has been like that since day one. And now our goal is this year to raise another $10,000 to donate to the zoo.
Wow, that's awesome. And then with the participants back in 1995, is there any of them that have been like consistent, like the same winery?
Goodness.
Oh, I have no idea.
That would be really interesting.
Probably
to
like
know that.
Everly has probably been around that long. I bet there are. Yeah.
Yeah, a few.
Awesome.
But we have a lot of wineries.
So tell me a little bit about like some of the participants this year. So tell me who we got. What do we
We've
give them a
got
little shout out?
64 wineries, breweries, cideries, and distilleries. So
Something for everyone.
yeah, something.
The
And
quadfecta of fun.
and everything from Everly to a little small boutique, Slayton Wines,
No kidding.
Yeah. So
So it's the whole park. Then for that many wineries, you're going to have to.
we're in the
take whole
park, we're up on top, and in the zoo.
Oh, interesting.
We do have, a number of them are by the lake side. We have an area, we call it up top. It's by the lake side. And then we have the area that's by the barbecues. It's under the shade of the oak trees. It's really beautiful down there. Yeah. And of course, the zoo.
Very interesting.
And it's not only wineries and breweries and cideries. We have artists coming in and commercial vendors. So you can do a little shopping.
Yeah, because you guys have a lot of different varieties of vendors that are going to be there during the wine fest.
Oh, yeah.
You said like some axe throwing.
Right. A-Town Top Shop is coming. And we've got sidecars that will take you around the lake.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And the lake, you couldn't ask for a better, it's
great.
The storms at the beginning of the year were a blessing for this event to happen.
Yeah.
The lake is nice and full, and these sidecar tours are bringing 4 sidecars, and they're just going to whiz people around the lake. It's going to be just a really beautiful way to, kind of immerse yourself in the lake experience. Mm-hmm. Well, the paddle boats will be open too, so folks can rent a paddle boat, or I think actually there's a discount on them.
There's a 50% discount if you got your wristband to rent the paddle boats. So they'll be open later than normal.
Wow.
It's going to be a beautiful night.
So what is one of the things that you're most looking forward to?
Everybody having a good time.
Yeah, I agree. But, one thing we're bringing back from last year that was a real success was wine glass painting.
Yeah.
So we're bringing just a bunch of blank wine glasses, and people can pause and pick up a glass and then paint it with paint markers, and then have another souvenir keepsake to take with them. So that was really popular. We're happy to bring that back.
One new thing this year, everybody's getting a voucher.
Thank you, Gail. That's right. Yeah. So that is really important.
Very important.
Every attendee gets a $10 Festival Bucks voucher, and the voucher can be used for food. You can buy arts and crafts, or you can give it as a donation to the Charles Paddock Zoo.
Oh, very
And,
cool.
In fact, the wineries are all going to have little cardboard boxes on their tables with pictures of animals that are looking hungry, and so they will be competing against each other to
Looking
collect the most number of Festival Buck vouchers.
Do you guys? Is there a way to bring some of the animals out there?
We're hoping. We're working with the zoo and the Friends of the Zoo to make that happen.
It just depends on staff.
Yeah. And that zoo is just a gem. I mean, who would think in such a small town that has this massive, I'd say it's pretty big, in
For a small
comparison, to some of the other places. But it's such a cool, well kept, it's clean. It's, the animals are top level. They're taken care of very, very well. And so it's such a great cause and it would be such a, shame to lose, this gym that the North County has.
Right. And so we have the fundraiser that we're doing for it. And one of the things that they're trying to do is, one, maintain their accreditation, which I think that they can do, but they want to build a Madagascar exhibit and attract Madagascar animals, which don't ask me to name right now, but that's kind of where the funds are going this year, is to help construct this new Madagascar exhibit.
No kidding.
Yeah.
From the movie, from the cartoon movie?
There we go.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. We've got, if you walk around the zoo, you'll see plaques on some of the different exhibits that we've donated to over the years.
Interesting. What about your sponsors? So I'm sure it takes a lot of sponsors to make this happen too, right?
Oh yeah.
So tell me a little bit about some of the sponsors that's helping you guys out.
Well, we have wonderful sponsors this year. We have Caliber Collision coming back for, I don't know how many years they've been doing it, but they bring, they're a great sponsor, and they bring their whole team from the Central Coast, and they have a big party, which is fun. We have the Chalk Mountain Golf Course, who are sponsoring wine glass lanyards. So it's something where you can just rest it's like a necklace.
It's like a sling of a wine glass.
It's pretty fun. So freeze your hands up to eat, or I don't know, do other things.
Can you walk around with wine in it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Just sits there.
Oh my gosh! You might want to sell Tide or something too.
Yeah. We have Gold Standard Mortgage that has sponsored the 805 selfie booth, who will be there. We have Toyota of San Luis Obispo going to be there with hopefully one of their new 2024 electric Priuses, which is going to be cool to look at. We have Grocery Outlet, who's donating all of the water. Waste Management donating all the trash cans. Oh my gosh, Gail.
Oh my gosh,
We
this
just
could
got a
probably
list.
go on and on.
Yeah, of course, Visit Atascadero is a huge sponsor of this, as well as the city of Atascadero and the Charles Paddock Zoo. They basically open up the park to us at no charge, which is a huge
that's
cost
super
saving
cool.
for us.
That's really good.
And
Because like I said, that's such a big venue, and for you to have to rent it, from your own city, that would be tragic.
Yeah.
It probably wouldn't even. Probably could be double, triple the amount of the cost of putting it on.
it really would. And then finally, Remax Success out of Templeton is a big sponsor, and they're sponsoring our wristbands. And
Awesome.
and I just remembered we have Lucky Oak Laundry.
Oh, yeah.
Who is sponsoring the t-shirts.
Oh, very cool.
And the t-shirts are pretty fun for the volunteers. on the back it looks like someone spilled their wine on it, and it says basically, spilled your wine, take it to Lucky Oak Laundry.
So does the Lucky Oaks Laundry, that's by the putting place?
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Is that the same
Owners? No.
So that's different than that whole complex.
Right.
Also, I always forget about that back there,
They do a wonderful job.
but they've been there, ever, right? Yeah. I mean, so Gail, you've been here for a minute,
long
right?
time.
Do you remember Beano's up on the hill?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I remember that too.
Okay, so good. Because everybody, whenever I mentioned Beano's at Atascadero, they're like, what?
Yeah.
Like, anyways, but that laundromat has been there
Forever.
60s, 50s. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because we've been here almost 40 years. So.
Gosh, so that's so cool. I mean, it's such a great thing to have all these, businesses come out to support this event.
Yeah.
And what type of people are you expecting to be there? I mean, how many you think?
We're hoping for a large group.
Yeah, we're hoping for 1,500 people. That would be wonderful to have that kind of crowd there. And we've learned that this is a locals event. So we're tracking ticket sales right now. Most of the tickets are being sold out of Paso Robles, Atascadero, and San Luis Obispo. And then we do get folks from Bakersfield. I know we've sold tickets from like Hawaii, a couple of people coming from Hawaii and Oregon and Colorado. But most of the tickets we sell are right here on the Central Coast for locals.
North County.
Yeah, it really is a North County festival, and that's why people come back. Year after year. They're local. They know about it. They like that it's a little bit more relaxed than maybe some of the other wine festivals, and it's a beautiful setting, and everyone has a great time. As
Barbie calls it, the Norman Rockwell.
Speaking of the great time, I mean, what are some of the comments that you've had from people that's participated and visited, over the last couple of years, as far as like, what was their experience like?
I think that the experience that we hear the most is we hear this quite often. This is the best wine festival that we have ever been to.
We get that from the wineries too.
And I think part of that is just because, for one, it's locals that are there, and two, it's just you're under the shade of the oak trees in this big, beautiful park, and even if it's really hot out, it doesn't feel too bad being on the grass and
nice and cool.
And then it's being able to taste wine by the zoo animals and by the lakefront. It has a nice
from 4 to 8 in the evening makes a big difference too.
Right. So you guys are changing it up a little bit. So you're not going in the center of the deep.
Changed it. It used to be 12 to 4.
Okay.
And it was too hot for some of the wineries. I mean, you can't put red wine on ice. And that's what they would have to do because it would be too hot. So we made the decision years ago to change it to 4 to 8. So it's kind of like a date night.
And that's pretty smart because of, we live on the Central Coast. We live in the North County. There's something going on all the time.
Right.
And so you kind of take that prime time of, midday and you shift it into the evening. So therefore, if somebody's attending something else or something, they can still go to the Atascadero Wine Fest from 4 to 8, which is, after work, after, you have to attend something else. Now we can get back home. We can, finish our evening at Atascadero Lake Park.
Yeah. And we don't want to forget our food vendors either.
Oh, yeah. Tell us about that. What do we got there?
What don't we have?
Yeah.
We've got North County restaurants coming in doing pulled pork sliders and mac and cheese. We've got, my food coordinator should be here, but
we have tacos and sandwiches, chips, the Ohana chips. You're right. It's hard to get to the heart of
you guys should have had a list. I mean, there's
it's on our website.
Yeah, it's on our website. So
there's so many. I mean, you guys talk about the wine. I mean, we have a ton of wineries, as you said. Food vendors. I mean, it's not one is all the same. No. It's like. It's not, just go get a hamburger. Just go get a taco. I mean,
we've got everything from hot dogs to gourmet wraps So we're doing a little bit of everything.
And then this year we have, so I'm not sure if I told you yet, Randy, but we merged with the Hispanic Business Association a few months ago.
Okay.
Which is really exciting. So we have the Hispanic Business Association is going to have a booth there, and they're going to be selling just baguettes from Brian's Bread in Atascadero. So, what goes better than with wine than a baguette? So look for them. We want folks to look for them and get a baguette and support the Hispanic Business Association.
So Josh, what does that mean exactly when you say you merged with the Hispanic Business Association? What does that mean?
It means that, there is definitely a need for Hispanic business services in North County. Paso Robles being nearly 40% Hispanic, Atascadero is about 20%, and then there's lots of folks on the coast as well. And we really felt the need to translate business startup guides, permits, all of this stuff that a non-English speaker would need to start a business in North County. So the Hispanic Business Association, that's kind of taking on as their mission. And we have former Councilwoman Maria Garcia as our staff member leading this charge. And we're just really excited about the potential there for that part of the chamber to grow and start offering more and more services.
So they were kind of functioning as their own entity on the side before. Now you've just kind of joined forces to make it a bigger, more solid functioning.
Yeah, the difference is that they were a volunteer run before, and so their volunteers had been doing it for a number of years, and they were just kind of getting done with that. So now we're able to have paid staff, paid folks to help run that part of the organization.
And I think that's probably the real point of the chamber is business help, right? Mm-hmm. Really helping and supporting, local business. That's what we're all about. Support. We want to support local business, buy local, support local. It's a huge, huge push.
Yeah.
And so being that the chamber, that's who your advocate is, for your small business. You want to partner with the chamber and be a part of what you guys are doing.
That's right. And we just see a need for more assistance in North County. But it's actually called the Central Coast Hispanic Business Association. So we can offer services countywide. But we see the need mostly in North County. And we're going to start with just translating materials into Spanish. We'll start with there and grow the association as needed.
Very awesome.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, you know what? So I think we should get you back on next week and kind of do a little bit of a, we're in crunch time.
Right.
How is it? Because now you're going to be in your final, the 11th hour.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I mean, you're still probably have a lot to do between now and next Saturday. Right?
A couple things. Just a couple things.
Just a few.
But we should have you back on next week.
I would like
so that way, we can kind of just see how everything's pushing through and, last help to get you guys some tickets sales and people participating and coming out. And, because like I said, we live in this area that there's so much stuff to do to where it gets morphed, it gets lost, to where you might be like, hey, I want to go to the Atascadero Wine Fest this year, and then you completely forget about it.
Right.
That's the biggest challenge we have is people just not knowing about it and the date. Yeah.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. So how does somebody buy tickets? Where do they go? How much they are? Give me the details for that.
You can go to atascaderowinefest.com. And that's the best place to check out all the event information. You can also go to the Chamber's website, atascaderochamber.org. But Atascadero Wine Fest has a list of all the participating wineries and food vendors and art vendors. And that's where you go to buy your tickets. And tickets this year are $90 for general admission. But remember, you get that $10 voucher to spend on food or arts and crafts or as a donation. So that brings down the ticket price a little bit if you factor that in. And then if you are someone that wants to wait till the last day, it's $10 more. Buys a little insurance, $100.
And it's unlimited tastings.
Mm-hmm.
So really, I mean, and you have how many?
84 or 64. I'm sorry.
Holy cow! So that's at least 64 glasses of wine or distillery.
Well, and they each bring how many different bottles of wine.
Right.
So.
Wow. So that's money well spent.
Yeah, you can't go to how many wineries and taste for that.
Right.
Plus, it's a great purpose.
Right.
You know, for the Charles Paddock Zoo. You couldn't ask for a nicer venue, you know, under the oaks, under the trees, you know, even if it's 100 degrees, it doesn't even matter. It's beautiful under there. It's like having a big umbrella,
right?
A big natural umbrella.
Right.
So awesome. Well, cool. And so we got some tickets to give away, right?
Happy to. Yeah.
Awesome. So you guys, the Atascadero Chamber has graciously given us 2 sets of tickets.
Yeah.
To give away.
Yeah.
Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to give them away. We're going to use our new What's Up North County text line.
Okay.
So text the word, let's see, how about Winefest? We're going to text Winefest to 805-391-4455. So 805-391-4455. Text the words Winefest and be entered to win 1 pair of tickets to the Atascadero Winefest.
Well,
Awesome.
actually, two 1 pairs.
Yeah, 2 1 pairs. We're giving away 2 sets of 2 pairs.
Right.
2 sets of 1 pair. There we go. 2 sets of 1 pair of tickets. It's confusing. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out the details. But anyways, thank you so much for that. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Like I said, looking forward to the event. As should everybody. You know, it's going to be a great it's 26 years.
Yep.
Right here in Atascadero. Okay.
Started out small and it's grown.
Can you imagine? Can you
know.
imagine what the next 26 years holds?
Yeah.
Awesome.
More wine.
More
wine.
More wine.
and
More
it's
wine.
fun because every year we get new wineries come in.
Yeah.
You know, different wineries.
Putting a little spin on it.
Yeah.
Making it out of different
wineries
things.
I've never heard of will call and say, how do I get in?
That's awesome. What a great feeling. You guys are building a really good program there in Atascadero, and it's pushing over to Templeton, you know, as far as the chamber and getting businesses involved and, you know, really helping them, you know, put the spotlight on them. So good job. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ray.
Gail, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Josh,
Thank you,
Thank you
Randy.
so much. Really appreciate it. And definitely looking forward to Atascadero Wine Fest this year.
Us too.
Yep.
Well, there you have it, guys. Thanks for tuning in to What's Up North County. Make sure you guys get your tickets to the Atascadero Wine Fest next weekend, 4 to 8. But, guys, we can't do this without our sponsors. We'd like to thank Escalar Wines, Wine Travelers Hideaway, Rancho Sestero Meat Cutting, Visit Atascadero, 805 Customs, Story Termite and Pest Control, El Red Rooster, Pacific 805 Spas, Airflow Filter Services, Kennedy Club Fitness, Amy and Jamie's Place, 5-Star Rain Gutters, and Paso Robles Furniture, guys. Thanks again. We'll see you at Winefest.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Hi, welcome to Kennedy Club Fitness, where we have something for everyone. We have weights, cardio, group exercise classes, racquetball, basketball, swimming, and pickleball coming soon. Here at Kennedy, we're committed to health, wellness, and community. Stop by any of our 4 locations: Paso Robles, Atascadero, San Luis Obispo, and Arroyo Grande, or check out our website at kennedyclubs.com.
We don't just serve it up, we roast it, distill it, brew it, craft it, crank it, bake it, make it, perfect it, cure it, paint it, live it, breathe it, and then we serve it up, all in Atascadero.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today, we can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.